Many facilitators believe that they are teachers who lead by telling students what is expected of them, what assignments to complete, and how to consume and use the content. This is the wrong approach to take when facilitating. Good facilitators model coaching behaviors in improving course performance. As Grant Wiggins in 2014 notes, when it comes to giving effective feedback, the key is to stop thinking like a grader and start thinking like a coach. Coaches are fundamentally teachers, but they spend little time lecturing or grading assessments. Instead, they teach through feedback. 90% of the teaching is done by watching a player's performance and giving feedback on what they did right or wrong and how to improve. Sport coaches show the learner the proper positioning, technique, and steps to improve their performance. Teachers spend a lot of time telling students what they did wrong and very little time showing them what it looks like doing it right. Modeling good work is a key component of feedback and improving learner performance. A coach, or good facilitator, also doesn't give the player a laundry list of things to work on at once, but rather limits the feedback to one or two things for the player to work on at a time. Coaches give feedback in the moment, just like our 70-20-10 model, which speaks to the 70% of coaching should be done on the job. John Hattie compared more than 100 factors related to student achievement from over 180,000 studies and discovered that feedback on student work had the most effect on learning. A good facilitator will give timely and continuous feedback to a learner in hopes of keeping them engaged and helping them understand concepts more deeply. When facilitating, work more on giving more of a coaching style of feedback that shows them what looks right and less of a teaching style of feedback where the learner is constantly being told what they did wrong. According to Orlando in 2014, we all learn by our mistakes and should encourage our students to make mistakes in order to learn. But instead, we have a system that preserves and hence punishes students for their mistakes. When coaching, the first move is to stop thinking like a grader and start thinking like a coach. Only then will you start to see real improvement in your learner's performance. Teachers who don't utilize the coaching model don't trust that students can learn independently and are afraid to let them consume content on their own. Good facilitators allow learners to work on their own and are prepared for them to make mistakes. Here, the facilitator can work from the learner to show them how not to replicate the mistake, not tell them what they did wrong. Practice good coaching techniques and less teaching techniques, and allow the learners to drive the learning while using peers as graduate assistants almost in the course who can enhance the learning for other learners. Good facilitators do not have to drive the learning by teaching the course, but can share the responsibilities of ownership of that learning with the learners, if we can just remember to let go of tradition of thinking concerning how learners learn.